Hello. Hi, everybody. So, this meeting is about what is, which is already, so it's going nowhere. Well, it's nice to meet you guys. It's nice to meet you on the internet and seeing nice names, and seems as I know you already. Some people I never met, and it seems like I know you. We're friends, so that's funny. Um, this is this is talking about what is, and we are so used to live in the story of what can be and what should be and what will be and all that, and what was and all that. And what is the only thing there is. So it's not talking about something special, something we don't know, or something like that. It's already. It is already, but when there's that idea, that really embodied belief that I'm here and we can abstract, then it seems like there's a whole free will and choice to make things better, to move around over there, to do things, to um, make myself more happy, because there seems to be somewhere living in that dream, that feeling I'm not satisfied, there's something missing, there's something not right. There never was something missing. It's a misunderstanding, but it's not only a misunderstanding in the mind, like, oh, I can think myself out of it. It's something that's so embodied, that feeling I have to do something, and this is me, and how can I make my life work. There never was someone. There never was. There's nothing inside. That's how we can abstract that there's someone inside, there's something inside, there's outside, the world outside. And I am here. This is very solid and real. So this is my body, my feelings, my thoughts. And I have to deal with that. And how can I make it better? Because there's somewhere that feeling I'm not good enough, or this is not good enough. This is a misunderstanding. There's nothing going on about right and wrong, about what's better or worse. Only in the story, looking at what's going on, there seems to be a dividing in this is that and this is that. And for me, it doesn't feel right, because there's somewhere that feeling I want to feel good all the time, of happy or peaceful or free in that way. I want to feel free. And when that's not the case, I'm looking in myself or looking around. How can I change that? Because we believe as people that we have a free will and a possibility to change. And there the story is, and the trouble and the problems, because it's not going the way you think you want. And wanting what I want, it's really important. Life doesn't see you. It's not about wanting. Life, it's there's nothing to want. There can be wanting, of course. But life doesn't see me, you, us. Life is. It's energy. It's going like that, and it's energetic. It has nothing to do with someone. It's nothing to do with do you do the right thing, and because of you do this, there's something else going on. And one of the things that is, when there's the story of me, there seems to be time and distance, or space here and there, and inside and outside, and before and after. And that makes the whole story. The belief, that really embodied belief, it's so strong. It seems so not never questioned in that way. So that's like that, when that's because of this, that's happening like that. And that so can be so strong, that belief. And there is the problem, because then I feel like you said that, and because you said that, I feel horrible, and you have to change that. And no, then the misunderstandings in the relations are coming between countries, everywhere. It's what it is, and it's singular. There's no time. When there's no time, that's huge. We are so believing in time and consequences and past and future. And there's some people are talking about living in the now, but then there's subtly also, there's not living in the now, so that's not good, and living in the now, that's the answer. So there's finally always trying to find an answer to feel better about yourself, more peaceful or free and all that. It's not about a feeling of my feeling. It's everything. So when there's life, it's everything, and it doesn't see separate individuals. It's everything. It's not about you. There is no you. There is no life, let's say Rose. There is no life of Rose. There never was. It's a complete construct, that idea that I am here inside this body. This body is real. Everything around me is real. Circumstances can happen and I have to deal with that. The whole story about that. Feelings arise in my body. I have to deal with that. How can I deal with that? All trying to find out. There's someone over there. There's a relation. How can I deal with the relation? And when there's hearing, there's no one. There's no one, you could say here or in that body. There never was. That's a complete different, it's complete out of the story. There is no story then anymore. And it seems like, oh, when there's living in the story, it seems like, oh, there's a loss of that control and trying to make it happen and feeling like safe in a way and all that. And when there's no control, maybe everything goes wrong. And when I'm not be there and doing the right thing, maybe everything goes wrong. It's the other way around. And that's strange because normally it's never questioned that there's someone and there's what is. They can be saying it's what it is, but that's only a construct for someone to feel better about the circumstances or about yourself. This is also the loss of control, or it's not really the loss because there never was control, but it's about loss. And it's about loss when there's in the story. Of course, there never was loss. But in the story, it feels like I have something in my hands and I can do something and I can understand that. So there's having something. This is about nothing left. But the strange thing is, when there's nothing left in that way we talk in the story, that's the freedom. There's no one taking care. There's no one finding out. Because it's that what is happening already. But it's not in the mind saying that to yourself. Even also that whole awareness is lost. Looking at yourself, trying to find out, it doesn't arise. And when that's not there, it's like it's going, but there's no one having a direction. There's not about choosing or wanting. They can be saying, do you want coffee or tea? And say, there's something coming like, I want coffee or something like that. It's very practical things. It's that. It's very, very easy. There's no one to think about things. There's no one to decide. It's so because it's already that. And it has nothing to do with feeling good or trying to make circumstances better. There's no escape. So when there's something going on, then that is what's happening. There can be anything. It can be an accident or illness or I don't know, anything. That is what's happening. It's not saying that but there can be pain. Of course there can be pain. Pain, sadness, all kind of feelings. Anger, irritation can happen. It's very normal. It's very normal. There's also thoughts happening. Can be a silly discussion happening. It's everything. It's not a special way of living. Some people, when they're asking me like, how do you do that? It's like, I don't know. It's what's happening. So it can be this time this way, that way. I really don't know. But there's nothing busy with it. That's more about, and that when there's nothing busy with anything, it's just going. But it was already. It doesn't matter if you're busy with everything and how to do. It's going, and when you're not, it's going. So it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter to be busy with all things and trying to find out and trying to understand them. Then that's also happening. So life doesn't change because you do that. It's not wrong. Nothing is wrong. It's also what's happening. So it can't be wrong. Can be complicated. That can be when there's trying to find out and trying to understand and trying to control. Can be very complicated and tiring, but then that's what's going on. So there's nothing right or there's nothing wrong. There's no direction. This is not like that everything is lost. It's not better than when there's feeling there's something going on. And no, it's not better. It's what it is. And that can be the idea also, like when there's a lot of things going on and trying to find out and trying to control, and I'm still in the me or things like that, and I want to be like someone like Rose or somebody else. No, it's already complete as it is. It's exactly that what is happening. Can be thoughting, can be stress. And that's the crazy thing of this, that it is already. And we think like, yeah, but how it's going, I don't want that. It's like, it doesn't feel free or doesn't feel no problems anymore. Because we pick some things out of it and we think like, yeah, that's what I want. What I have to listen. How does she explain it or anything? It doesn't matter. It's exactly that which going on. Thoughting, stress, irritation, anything. It's what it is. So there's no escape. There's no change. This meeting doesn't go anywhere, doesn't bring you anywhere because it's already. That's the good news. Can be disappointing in a way because that there's when there's me, that me is that construct about there's something wrong and what is the way to get it better or to feel better or to feel more freedom, all that. That's the misunderstanding. It's exactly what it is. So it's completely has nothing to do with the direction or the story or where to go. It is complete already. There's no one doing things. And when there's that feeling or idea that, yeah, there's definitely someone, then that idea is there. Can be. So it's it's complete as it is. And we can talk about that. We can talk about maybe there are other ideas, maybe there's something going on and you want to talk about that. We can talk in the story. There can be talking about something what's going on, maybe in a relation or in anything. It doesn't matter. There are not. This is not a meeting. You have to, in a non-dualistic questions asking that. It can be anything where you're busy with that money. I don't know. It doesn't matter when that's going on. It can be very concrete and all that, and we'll see what's happening. I don't know. We'll see. If you want to say something, you can unmute yourself, or you can type in the chat. Underneath there's a chat function. You can type what you want to say, and I read it without your name. When you unmute yourself, you will be in the recording. So that's the only thing. But then you're in the recording. Mm. And it can be also trying to understand. It's not wrong trying to understand. So maybe there's something being said here and you think like, what is that? I can't follow that or I can't understand that. But it's not about understanding, so okay, let it go. No, you can also try to say like, please say something more about that or all that. So it's not there are no rules. It's not about, oh, there's not about understanding, so it doesn't matter, all that that doesn't matter is something that can be in the story, like in that way, like, oh, okay, like that, it's okay what happens. It's not okay what's happened. It's not about being okay. It can be irritating or disturbing or trying to understand or all that, of course. So it's everything. So there's no right or wrong in questions or what are then we're trying to understand or busy to get a good relation and how to do that and all that. There can be so many questions. And it's not like, oh, in non-duality meetings we don't do that. No, we do everything. Everything is possible. Somebody saying, my life is already perfect, except I also want to organize my house. There's always something that when there's me, there's always something which isn't complete yet, or which what I have to do this and it doesn't work. It's always being busy. It's always jumping on something. And it can be something not very strong, it can be something really important. But that's me. Me is that feeling. This is not enough. This is not good enough. This is should be different. And it's very clever. It jumps from this to that and then saying, "Oh no, it's okay." No, it's not about okay. Because when they're say a lot of times when they're saying, "Oh, it's okay," it's something that really doesn't feel like that, but just saying that on top of that. Or not, maybe it is okay. It doesn't matter, but it's no need to say it's okay because it's exactly what it is. So it's already complete. And house with everything around, then that's what's. It doesn't mean it's okay or good or anything. It's what it is. Yeah, can be. Can be irritating. Can be. But it's not all the time. When there's irritation, then there's irritation. It's not because of something. Irritation can happen and there's something else. And we are so into the story like this is because of that. And then the whole time I'm irritated because my house is not in order or something like that. It's that irritation can happen and there's the table and there's the floor and there's the wind and there's nothing going on and so it's not always, nothing is always, there is no always. What we do is when there's the story, it's like making it solid, and then everything is like, oh, this is should be like that and it isn't working, and making it into very real and solid. Everything is new and singular. So there's, and it's very simple and tiny. So it's walling, it's sitting, it's a glass of water, it's the wind, it's a bird, it's irritation, it's everything. And it's like that. Not in following, but it's like it, there's no uh, line. There is not going from here to there. It's, you can't even describe how it's going. But it doesn't have meaning at all. Nothing has meaning, so it can be that situation in that, but it's not solid and real. So it's that energy going, and then something else, and it jumps from this to that, and all that. It's going nowhere. It is. That's the newness. That's the wonder, the joy of. And there's nothing better than something else. It's that energy, that feeling, those thoughts, the table. It's everything. And there's no story. There can be the story in because we see it and we can abstract and we can see like I'm going to do shopping and all that. But in the same time, there isn't. Everything is empty. That's the freedom. That's the joy, the celebration of everything, just like that, without meaning, without going anywhere. It's that already sitting. And also the freedom is that it's not my life, it's life. So when it's my life, there's always something like, oh, this is not going right. Or I should do maybe had done that differently. Or what is the situation now? And how do I feel? And now, oh yeah, now it's going better because I did that and all that. It's so focused on something which seems to be real, my life and how it's going. This is about the loss of everything. So there's also no my life. There's no Rose or somebody else, or individual. Everything is singular. So Rose never was. There was never Rose. There is no Rose. What is the life of Rose? No, there's talking. There's the sound. That's everything. Nothing more. nothing less. And it's even the words don't matter. Sometimes there can be concepts that can be like, oh God, yeah, something like that, or not. It doesn't matter either. It's amazing that nothing matters. It's not saying that to yourself, but nothing matters because it's already everything. Words, sound. Yeah, there is life, but in the same time, nothing is happening. You could say, what is life? That's already, when there's a discussion about words, like, is there life or something like that, it's already a bit, I can't even say. I call it life, but you can call it energy or maybe, but in the same time, there's nothing. So it's an appearance of life. How can you say what is happening? It's words, trying to making words about what's going on. There's nothing. It's everything is empty and it's full in the same time because you can see there's walling and feelings and all that. And it's an appearance. So it's crazy how that is. And we are so focused on everything is real and solid, and that makes it important or not important. This is completely out of the story. Nothing is real or solid. But it can be a feeling or an idea of a belief, or how do you say it? Convinced that everything is solid and real and can't see the not real. So there can be things going on. When that's real, then maybe there's something going on that seems to be complicated. Looking for a solution or another way can be there.
Hi, Rose.
Hey.
Yes, it's like you read my mind. Because, when you say it's nothing solid and then there's looking and seeing a painting and a chair and a lamp and it all looks solid.
Yeah.
So it's funny because there's no, it's just hearing what you say and looking and it looks solid. And that's all.
Yeah.
There's no, maybe there's a giving up because no, I don't know, it's
That it should be that in the end it should be not solid, seeing it that it's not solid or something like that.
Yeah, I don't know now. I'm confused. Yeah, I was going to say that not that there's an acceptance, but
Mm,
I was going to say that it's just maybe some emotions and a bit of some reaction,
mm,
an energetic reaction,
yeah,
and that's it. But now
yeah.
that I'm
Hmm.
talking about it, I'm
Yeah, but that can be that looking
yes,
around and thinking, oh, well, here it's solid, and then that's it. Yeah,
exactly, yes,
yeah,
yes.
yeah.
But
It can be
I'm
that.
then talking
Yeah,
about it, I'm
yeah.
starting to question:
Ah,
is this questioning the validity of my own reasoning or thinking? I don't know. It just doesn't make any sense. It's funny.
it's funny that when
Yeah,
that it seems that when we do that normally, it's so logic and all that, and suddenly it's doing that, and it's not so much the logic is not so much there. So you're like confused to say it because it's not really like that, and so it can be like, oh, it was so logic to question it and being busy with it in your own space, you could say like that, and then suddenly it's like, oh, it's not, I can't even say it. How can I? Oh, it's not working. And that's what's,
yeah.
yeah,
So
yeah, can be, yeah. So it's not working. It's not
yeah, yeah.
trying. That,
I
yeah,
can't explain because the whole
yeah,
time
mm.
I was watching you speak and move. To me, it's just like watching a cat or a dog going past,
A cat
and
or a dog.
no,
Okay,
but you know,
yeah, yeah, I can understand.
because
Yeah,
that nothing is required, or
yeah,
it's like a
mm.
wave.
Yeah,
It
yeah, yeah,
just
yeah, yeah,
feels
yeah.
um, simple and natural,
Mm,
and their words coming, and it doesn't really matter about
mm,
the meaning
mm.
of the words.
Yeah,
It just feels like a
yeah,
wave or
yeah,
wind,
yeah, 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 yeah.
um, but yeah, I don't know, maybe I
Yeah,
don't
when
know.
there's a lot, we're so used to look at it and trying to say how it is and what do I think about, and then suddenly it's there's. I understand what I remember is that somebody said, yeah, but look at yourself and what's going on there, and I thought, but I don't know how to do it anymore, and it's like a bit silly, but it doesn't. It the normal, what's being normal all the time, busy with that, and suddenly it's not going like that, and you're confused about because that was so the normal way of being busy with everything, and suddenly it's not coming, or you don't know what to say. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
can
yeah.
be like that, and that's more like we used to do it, and when that's not going, it's like, oh, and after a while it's just falling apart, and then it's like that. Yeah,
Yeah, it's not understanding. It's almost like I'm just hearing love.
yeah,
I'm just
yeah,
hearing love.
yeah,
No demand,
yeah,
no demand, no asking something, or that's all I
hmm,
hear. It's just like
yeah, yeah, yeah,
yeah. I,
yeah, but
I
yeah,
don't know.
yeah, but yeah. And how can you say what that is and all that? No. Yeah. Yeah.
I can't even take what I say seriously.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, that thing, I love
Yeah,
you, and that, oh, it's all that.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Not I love you, but just in a way of speaking.
Yes, yeah, yeah.
Mm. Yeah. Yeah.
Yes, so there's still that listening to the suggestion that it's real and unreal and it's not solid.
But even
It
that
it
is not a
just
big thing. It's not a big thing.
yeah, it just leaves it's just like a like a gap, or it breaks a pattern. I think that's what it seems
Yeah.
to do. It breaks the normal
Yeah.
pattern,
Yeah, that can. Yeah. Yeah, that can be. Yeah.
and it's like, anyway.
But that can be confusing because when there's then normally it's going in a certain way and suddenly it isn't arising in that way. It's like, but still that trying to say or trying to do is still there. So it's just trying to, and then there's nothing in your hand. And it's confusing because there's, oh, and how can I say, oh, okay, it's that. But yeah, that's the loss. That's the loss. And that you get used to it. But it's first, it's like, yeah, but what, oh, no, that's, I don't know what to say. Yeah. Yeah, that's sweet. Yeah.
I just wanted to say thank you.
Yeah, thanks, thanks. Mm. And there's somebody saying there's no expectation, no waiting. Yeah. Well, we're so into like trying to understand or trying to mention it or all that, and suddenly it's trying, and then it no, there's nothing coming. Oh wow. Yeah. Can be confusing, but for a while. Yeah. Mm. When you say there's not expectation, there's nothing going on like you have to have a question or something like that. Or when there's a silence, I heard somebody like when there was a silence and he said like, I take responsibility because there's so long a silence. There is no responsibility. When there's silence, there's silence. When there's questioning, there's questioning. There's no responsibility. There's nothing going on about what is better than something else. No, it's already that what is happening. They can be falling asleep or coughing or the table. It's not even about you. So it's not there is no your life. So there's nothing to hold on. That's the freedom. Can be confusing or like, oh, what's going on? When you're used to like having it holding on and then there can be some fear coming. Then fear is there. It's fear. It's life.
Hi again.
Yeah.
I'm just thinking that there's no independent thinker,
No.
or thinking just happens naturally,
Yeah.
and it looks like there might be a thought here, and then someone else having a different thought there. So it
Mm.
looks like it doesn't look like a singularity. It looks
Yeah. But there's no
yeah.
there is no thought here. There is a thought. So it's not we assume because we're so used to that it's happening in the head or somewhere. It's not in the head, it's somewhere in space. So it's not mine or yours. There is no mine or yours. It's somewhere happening. And suddenly there can be saying that thought or not. So it's not mine or from somebody. No. It's singular, a thought. Mm. There is no head. How can I say this? We're so assuming that everything is solid and in this body and that it's happening inside and all that. It's so the normal way. So that's and then hearing that no, not there's not in the head. There is no that head is their thought. That's everything. That's the energy. And we assume it's in this thought. Where's this? Where there's we are so assuming that everything is going on, even when we don't see it, or maybe something like that. It's like it's so making it into a past. Like I know and a knowing. I know this body is there and it's always there. So my thoughts always there. My head is always there. The thought is in that, and there's so many concepts and beliefs about how it's going, and this is completely outside of that out of that. It's like no, nothing is real. That also the thought is not real. It's an appearance of that energy thoughting, not yours or mine. That's a construct. We are in that construct about my life and your life and other persons. There's no inside and outside. There's no outside. No inside, no outside. That's huge. We're so into inside, in my body, in my head, in all that, and outside, outside of the house, in the world. This is saying, no, there's no world. There's no outside. This is everything. What is going on? We are so convinced that everything is going on in the world outside and somewhere, and this is everything. And there's also no inside. Yeah, but we saw movies about it. I saw like there was something going inside. So it's so convincing that there's an inside. There's that what is happening. Exactly that. Without anything else. Organs. Something like that. Yeah. Mm. Oh, a heart. A heart. Mm. Thank you. Somebody say thank you. Yeah. It's crazy because when there's no outside, we are so busy with the news, with somebody else, with somebody who's over there in another house, with your mother in there, and then hearing there is no mother, there is no outside world. All the news is that news, and that's it. There's nothing else. It's information about what's going on. A little movie, maybe, a video, and that's it. It's exactly that. And we when they're seeing that little video, then we assume, yeah, it's really over there, and then the whole story with that and all. There's so much with that, assuming it's going like that. It's that video, and then already something else. There's the floor. What? It's crazy. It's like, but it's so simple. It's like little children, and we think like, yeah, they know, they don't know already. They don't know, but we will learn. No, it's exactly that. There's no outside. There's no over there. Oh my God, that's stunning. But in the same time, it's that's life. That's the freedom. It's that the wonder of that, and that's it. There's nothing with that. It's just that wall or that finger or emotion. It's that already, and that's it. The wonder of the no story. And it can be a story, but so there's no importance in it at all. But it can be a story, so then there's the story. So mm. And a story, and there can be a story which is very sad, and then there's also maybe there's a feeling and all that. Everything is going on. Hmm. Can elaborate about money and financing. Money. Yeah, money is something also like when we talk about money, money is something like we need to have that because we have to survive. It's part of the survival. When there's me, when there's the story of me, then surviving is very important because I think I'm alive. I have to do make my life work, so I have to do things. I have to do this. I have to work or have to do something to earn enough money. So enough money is part of that, part of the dream, you could say. Like there's something going on and there's something missing, and I have to make it right and have to make it work. There's no one. So that what is happening is it. It doesn't mean you it's also not like saying that some people think like this is saying like, oh, you can just sit and whatever is happening. There's no choice. So when there can be like uh, going to somewhere and asking for a job, or maybe not. But that idea, the embodied idea that it's up to you to live your life and up to you to make it happen, there is no you. So circumstances seems very real and solid, and I have to do this, and oh, I didn't do that. It's part of the dream, part of the idea that there's something maybe not good enough or something missing or I have my responsibility and all that. There is no one. So that what is happening is it. But then there's coming, yeah, but I have to have enough money to have my house paid and my children and all that. Also, money is not real. We make money into something real and solid, and we have to have it, and it's only there when the boss is paying my work or something like that. This is completely out of the story. So there's no control. But we think that what's going on is going on because of you, because you decided that, you did your work, you did this. There's no because. So that whole idea of because in time, like because I did this or I didn't do that, now is my situation is like that. There are a lot of misunderstanding in that. That there is no because. There's that what is happening, but it's not in the story. It's like sitting. It's even more smaller than that. It's sitting. It's a wall. It's that. So, and there's also no my life. So it's not happening to you or to your children. There are no your children. There can be that little body can be there or that, but it's not yours. So it's not them. So there's a lot of ideas. I have to take care of them and all that. Taking care happens, or maybe not. I don't know. We're so convinced that we are responsible. We are the ones who have to do it in a certain way. It's happening. It's happening. Life is happening by itself. And there's no choice. There is no choice. So that sounds, when there's like feeling that responsibility and all that, that sounds awful because there's a lot of things going on, like trying to control and do the best thing you can and all being busy with that. And then hearing there's no control. It's like, yeah, but if I don't do anything, everything goes wrong. It's not that. I'm not saying you don't do anything. You have to do nothing or something like that. That what is happening is not happening because of you, because your decisions and all that. It is what's already happening. It has nothing to do with you. There never was a separate you. There never was. And then that feeling of I have to make my life work, can jump on money, can jump on relation, can jump on children, can jump on the world, or there's always something to be busy with because there's a feeling of I have to make it, I have to do it, I have to make it work. And then hearing, now there is no one, there is already no one. Everything is singular, it's exactly that, and there's nothing real. So there's no outside world. There is that what is happening. Just walking. This is crazy. You can't think yourself out of it. You can't do things. This is about loss. But the loss can, when there's that idea of I have to do it and it's my responsibility and all that, feels very threatening. So this is a threat of all that control and being busy with what's going on and problem solving and all that, because that feels very important, and I am the one who has to do it. Or maybe there's a feeling of failure and all that. There's no one. So that what is happening has nothing to do with you. You're not doing the wrong thing. You're not doing the right thing. It's life. What is apparently happening. So it's going nowhere. There's nothing happening. It's only an appearance of what is. But you can't say that in yourself, like, oh, let it go. It's only an appearance, a world, like that. That's a new way of control and trying to make it in that way. So this is not about understanding or doing or not doing anymore. It's about loss, but you can't do loss. Sometimes when there's some concepts about I have like that, and then it can be life who's like buff hitting you in the face and you don't know anymore. Like, oh my God, I don't know what to do. I really don't. And there's something going on like that. Can be a lot of confusion and fear about what's going on. Then there's fear. There's no solution. There's that is that fear. But it's not staying with the fear and then there will be an answer. No, that's also a lot of, because that's again the idea that you can do something about it. There's no escape. So this is not an answer going anywhere. It's about loss. The loss of control, the loss of you, the loss. Finally, in the end, there is a search for nothing, because that nothing, that's the end. There's that freedom. But normally, when there's only nothing, there's that freedom. But it's it's something like there can be a distant. And when there's everything, it's like it doesn't matter what it is. It's everything. So it's pain can be there. Anything can be there, but there's no escape. But it's the celebration of everything. But it doesn't feel nice. It can be really devastating and all that. But it's going nowhere. And maybe it's like I can't follow this. I can't understand what she's saying and all that. It doesn't matter. This is energetic. I don't know. It's just coming like that. And it's just coming. And it's just there. And that energy is there. And then maybe the concepts are not that strong anymore, or even it's stronger. Life is the boss in that way. And there's no single so different persons. And it's strange to hear you're not there. You never was. Huh? That was the one thing I was always busy with. My life, my children, my wife, my husband, and all that. And then hearing, no, there never was a husband. There never was my children. There can be a child, maybe not the whole day, but for some moments. Yeah, can be. Doesn't mean you have to take care. Oh, there's so many ideas about how to do things and how to take care and responsibility and beliefs. This is completely outside of that. Is it possible? There can be even like, is it possible? Like everything is lost and now, yeah, it's very easy. It's very easy. That whole awareness of being busy and trying to look at it when that's lost. It's like, oh, I thought it was so important what I was thinking and what I was feeling and how I did and all that. It's not. It's a dream. It's being busy with a dream. Can be. It's not nothing wrong with that, but it has nothing to do with life. It's like what's going on. It's walking and all the tree and feeling. Everything is singular. It's completely that freedom. Hmm.
Hi, Rose.
Hey,
How it feels now is it's like it's an empty aliveness, empty life, something like empty aliveness.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Wow.
Hmm.
Thank you.
Hmm. Thank you. Mm.
Hey, Rose.
Hello. Hi.
I just wanted to say hi and that I was thinking with love a lot since Brussels, you and John, and
Yeah.
just
I
sending
love
much
it.
love.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you. I really appreciated you were there. That was so
Mm,
nice. Yeah.
Yeah, it was in a way a very special weekend.
Yeah. I can imagine. Yeah.
John,
Oh
yes.
God. Yeah. Hmm.
Mm,
Yeah.
that's all.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank
Mm.
you. Hmm.
Can you say something about perfectionism?
Ah.
Because I realized that I have quite a strong perfectionism or an
Yeah.
idea of
Yeah.
perfection. Yes.
Yeah. Well, that's when there's me, there's a feeling of I'm not good enough. This is not good enough. So there has to be something else. There's trying to make it right, to make it in a certain way. And there's can be some ideas about how it should be. How it should be, and it's never enough. So there can be like doing it in a certain way, and then coming back and think like, oh God, did I? Oh, I didn't do that and all that. So me is always jumping on this is not good enough somewhere, and it's like a how do you say, as coloring everything. So it's never it's and it can be for moments. It's like, yeah, this is perfect and all that, and then it jumps on it in a different way or unexpected way or all that, and then there's it again. So it's never enough. That's feeling of something, and there's a lot of ideas then about how it can be. And somebody said, well, long ago, somebody said, "I love you how you can be." And I was like, what do you mean? It's like, oh, there's always something that should be different or can be different because that's the new way. You can be different, or we can help you and all that. It's never as it is. And that's it's amazing because when there's hearing or really hearing that it's that's what it is, and it's like it can be also in a way a disappointment because there's hope for something better, a better life or a better circumstances, all that, and then really hearing, oh no, but this is it. And there's like, oh my god, it's a loss of that idea of how it can be, or that hope, or all that. In that way, it's the loss, doesn't feel nice. But in the end, it's like, oh, the loss of that always being busy trying to make it better, do this is not good enough and all that. It's also the loss of that. And that's the freedom. And it's strange that when there's being busy with perfection or how it should be or could be and all that, so that's so normal how we're busy with that. And when that's lost, and it's somewhere, it's like, oh, it was already. And that's such a wonder. That's such a celebration of oh, and that's so when we are so busy, we're so into everything is solid and real and should be like that and like a cramp and all that. And then so it's like, oh, it's this, but and then how can you say suddenly like also that it's everything. Life is that. It's subtle. It's how can you say? It's like um it's hiding that feeling, that wonder of oh, it's the wall as it is, just that. Why it's that? It's that unconditional of that walling is the celebration. And when we are so busy with that, then there's like a contracted energy, and it's solid and real, and it should be like that. So that celebration and the wonder, it's there, but it's you could say it's hiding. It's not that obvious anymore. And then suddenly there can be that the loss of that being busy and all that, because that seems so important, and I have to go and all that because that's so when I don't do it, maybe it's going wrong and all that. And then you can't. Sometimes it's like that. You can't go on. You don't know and all that, and it's just falling apart. And then in that moment, it's awful and devastating and all that. And then oh, but oh, it was already. It's there's something else going on, and then you can't even name it. You can't even say what it is, but it's life already, and it's the wonder of it doesn't matter what. It can be also that pain, but even that pain, it's it's a celebration. It's not it's empty. It's empty and it's alive. And it really can hurt, or the sadness can really deep, and uh, there's something else with it, and you can't describe it. It's sometimes has it's there, and then it's very obvious, but and that's the longing for the celebration of the wonder of that simplicity and without meaning at all. Mm.
That's interesting because I think I somehow misunderstand also the I don't know, the whole topic of, let's say, love.
Yeah.
Um, so there is, I feel like, oh yeah, I'm trying to be perfect in order to be loved.
Yeah, of
And
course.
that's so strong. It's like
Mm.
it's like such a strong program almost, like
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
yeah. And I don't even know, it's like I have completely lost track of it as well. Like it's
Yeah.
like running on
Yeah.
its own in a way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Mm.
It's a pattern. It's so strong. It's a concept or belief, or how do you say?
Yeah.
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 Yeah. And even it's like it's so embodied, and there can be some cracks in it, or not that strong
Mm.
anymore. Like oh, but it's like it has nothing. What is love? That's even that feeling is can be a more the personal side of that love. It is everything. It has nothing to do with you. Love is not personal. It's everything. It's life. So it's when looking for the perfection of endless, like finally being loved, or being the right one for somebody else, or the loving one, or all that. It's complete misunderstanding, because underneath there's always something going on. I'm not good enough, and how can I make it right? How can I do it? So there's something, some how do you say, some contradictions in that also going. So it will never be enough. It's a misunderstanding. It's exactly the way it's going. It doesn't mean it's nice, because we assume that when it's okay, when it's good, then you feel good. No, it's not like that. It has nothing to do with that. That's so strong. Like you have to make your children, your mother, your partner, and feel good. You can't. It never will. It's exactly what it is, and that can be anything. It's everything. And that's That's the unconditional love. But unconditional love is not a feeling. It's everything. And it's not about you or somebody else. It's what is happening. Fear. The table also.
Yeah, you point that out quite often. The let's say the objects, the daytime objects.
Yeah,
The
because of
wall,
it.
the table.
Yeah. Because we're so into like in my life and then making
Totally.
it. Yeah.
Yeah. We are sometimes so lost, and then it's like, oh yeah.
It's everything. Oh, I thought it was about me. Yeah. You're not important. No. Well, yeah, but really, and that's also a relief. Can also be a relief. Like, oh my God, I was so important for me. It was, and all that. It makes me like, and then there's no important. It's like, how can that be? But so it's frightening, but it can be a relief too.
Yes. Especially when you say it.
Oh God. Yeah. Can be rough. Yeah, of course. It's everything. Everything is everything, but it has no meaning. When there's a meaning on top of it, has to be in a certain way. All that it makes it into something else, and then already it's different. Thank you, Rose. So generous. It's funny. It's funny. I'm saying to someone, "You're not important," and then somebody say, "Oh, so generous." Oh. And it is like that. It is like that. When there's no one, that's unconditional love. That is stunning. This message, you could say message, I don't know. That's the stunning of this, that there's no one. That is the unconditional love. That's what we're looking for. It's completely cutting through every concept and belief and everything what we seem that's very important and you can't touch it and all that. It's cutting through it because it's completely a dream of how we think we should be and all that. It has nothing to do with it. There's no you. That's unconditional love. And it is already. Mm.
And what do you mean by loss? Where does the loss happen? Is it does the system lose something, or?
Yeah, you can say like in the story, it's about holding on to beliefs. It's a story, but to beliefs and concepts, and suddenly it's not so much anymore. And how that's going, I don't know. That's energetic, but those beliefs can be. It's like it's a building. You could say the building. I have a building, and this is my life, and I'm like this, and all that. And suddenly there's a mole. A mole. How do you say in I don't know, something that cracks from here, that's like it making the building not that strong anymore. That can be like here in meetings, but it can be all in on all kind of moments. And that all those that whole building is falling apart because all those in also these meetings, there's not not confirming all those concepts, and that what it needs all day is need confirming. So it's amazing because when there's no confirming, it already falls apart. That's how it's going. Look around nature and everything. But when it's holding on to it, so it costs a lot of energy to hold on and to go on, and then so it's like a tiring or maybe something like that. It's like you can't, and then but it's the fear. It's and then it's like no, but I can't. And then there's some loss of certain concepts or beliefs. It's you can't believe it anymore, something like that, or some it's just going and then it's going back, and in the story can be like that. So in that way it's a loss of because it's exhausting also. So there can be, but some people are really strong in that going on, and that well some people are it's in the story. God, God can't go on a minute. Sometimes it's rough in one, and it's something like, oh my God, and then it's building up again because it's very important and have to do it. So that energy can be very strong. That holding on to it. It's energetic, so it has nothing to do with you doing the right thing or not. It's so energetic how that's go, but it's a bit a story about the loss of beliefs and concepts and all that. Sometimes there's even when there's a loss of a belief or some concepts, when there's that loss, you don't even remember. And then somebody says like, "Oh, but you was something like that was going. Oh yeah, yeah. Oh, I never thought about it again." And then so that not being busy with it, I call that not being busy with it. That's lost. Well, in a way, it's not really a loss because it wasn't real. Mhm. And everybody is when that's talking in the story, every individual, it's different. So it's in a different way, busy with in its own world with beliefs and concepts. So sometimes somebody is completely different, and it's like, oh, what? How can you do that? I can't even understand why you do that. And it's like, oh, maybe it's not. Oh yeah, and then something going on. So it can be in any way the loss. But in these meetings, there's nothing going on, trying to hold on and trying to confirm or trying to um, answer. That it's like there's nothing going on. So that holding on, that falls apart, can fall apart. Sometimes it's also like there are no questions anymore, or you don't know what to say anymore. And then after the meeting, it's like, oh, what? Ah, there are a lot of, and then it's going on again. Can be so different. It's a loss, but in the same time, it's not, because it was only thoughts can be there or beliefs. But what is a belief? Not real. Sometimes it's also very physical, can be very, very embodied. So then it's not so much in the mind or in thoughts going on, but it's in the body. In the story. And in the same time, there's stress. There's a tension. There can be a tension. Yeah, can be. Yeah. What's lost also is when there's tension, being busy with what is it and where does it come from and how can I solve it and what can I do about it and then there's the whole story. When there's tension, there can be tension, and then drinking coffee and something else, it's already no issue. It's the wonder. It's the wonder of what is happening. But it doesn't mean it's complete all day being in wonder and wow. There can be moments of that, but or maybe in meetings it can be maybe stronger, but n- it's everything, and it's in a very normal way. Well, life is so celebrating everything. So it's like that. It's when that the whole idea or that concept, that belief that I am here is lost, that all that idea of there's something wrong is also lost, and there's something wrong and I should make it right, that whole thing, that whole construct is so coloring everything. It so can be so embodied and coloring everything in a subtle or stronger way. When that's lost, it's very normal that life is celebrating in all kind of way, also in pain or in illness, and it doesn't mean it's nice that you think like, oh, it's okay and all that. No, it's not okay. It's frustrating, or it's like "Brr," or all that, or angry, or any feeling can be there. It's very normal, just daily life can be there. There's no escape. There's no escape from anything. And that's the strange thing, is that's the joy, because that's full on everything. There's no hope for something else. There's no hope. Yeah, there's no hope. And normally there's something like, yeah, hope is the best because then maybe it will be better. I don't see it like that. yeah, there's no hope in that way. Because it's like, oh, but it's this. It's this. It's closing the computer. It's hand. It's that feeling already. So that's the completeness. That's the unconditional love. Life is unconditional love. There are no conditions. Nothing is more important than anything else. There are even no individuals. There's not here I am and there's somebody. No, it's everything. So it doesn't matter what it is. That's the celebration. That's the unconditional love. Thank you. Thank you, everybody. Great you're here.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Next